right, guys. Let me tell you all a quick story. All right, so we're coming up on what I think 10 years now, probably 8 for me. But about 8 years ago, I went in blind, and I purchased a game that I didn't know nothing about. I didn't play any of the other games. I didn't read any of the books. I didn't know any of the lore. But I heard great things about this game. I think this was around maybe 2016, 2017. Maybe, yeah, I think around 2017 probably. Didn't hear nothing about the games. Actually, I think it was 2018 because I was in my first year of university. So 2018, because I don't remember playing it in high school. So 2018, picked up this game for the first time, went in blind, didn't know anything about it. The only thing I knew was that Angry Joe gave it a 10 out of 10. And that's why I wanted to play it, because man is super stingy with his 10 out of 10s, and he makes sure the games actually earn that rating. So I went into it blind, just heard good things about it, that's it. Immediately became obsessed with the game. Hours on hours on hours. Ended up beating this game to date probably 8 plus times, and that game is The Witcher 3. All right, The Witcher 3 is my favorite video game of all time. There is no game that's come close to touching it since I've played it. I beat it on regular mode, New Game Plus, bought it on the PS5, beat it there, beat the DLCs, different builds, everything you could possibly imagine. Okay. And I've been waiting for a sequel ever since. I honestly assumed we'd never get a Witcher 4, just based on how The Witcher 3 ended. I thought they were just done with it. I thought they were going to move on to Cyberpunk or a new IP or something like that. And at the time, it was CD Projekt Red's magnum opus. You know, it ended off with Blood and Wine, one of the best DLCs ever created for a game, point blank. And, you know, that was it. Until this past Thursday, okay? Actually, they did announce that they were working on The Witcher, so I knew it was coming. But I didn't expect we'd see anything for a while, okay? I didn't, because they announced that, what, 2 years ago now, that they were working on The Witcher 4. But I didn't think we'd see anything for a minute, because I know how immersive and expansive that The Witcher 3 was, how big that game was, how much in depth the little details went. So I didn't expect we'd see anything for maybe 4, 5, 6 years, you know? Then this past Thursday comes. I didn't get a chance to watch the Video Game Awards because I was at a friend's birthday. But then my phone starts blowing up. Everyone's texting me. My little sister's texting me down right now. Spamming Witcher. Witcher. So I'm saying, yo, we're getting a Witcher 4 trailer. I was hype as bro. I couldn't tell you the details. I pulled the phone out in the restaurant and started watching the trailer. And, you know, to my excitement, the Game Awards in general was great. Fantastic. It's one of the best award shows I've seen in a minute. Game award shows, I should say, because the others have been lackluster. But then we get to the trailer. The trailer comes out. I'm so excited. You know, The Witcher 4, bro. One of the best gaming franchises out there. One of the best games of all time with The Witcher 3. I want to see what the internet's reaction to this. I get home, go online, and the first tweet I see on my page is some incel complaining about how Siri doesn't look like a baddie 10 out of 10. Like, oh my god, bro. And then we're calling it woke. Like, I can't tell you how annoying it is. How annoying it is to deal with people that just overuse this word woke. And then it's because you see, number one, okay, you get Siri as the main character, woman main character. People are gonna hate on that, expected, whatever. But then it's like, Lord, people who didn't play the game are just exposing themselves. It's either one of two things. You played Witcher 3 with your eyes closed, or you just never played the game at all. Because now they're complaining, not just you're playing as Siri, but the fact that Siri doesn't look attractive. I don't know. Like, I don't remember going into a game and saying, oh yeah, Nathan Drake looks attractive. Like, I love this game. Like, he's a good looking man right there. Or Kratos, bro. Or whoever, you know. But all of a sudden, we're calling Siri ugly, and then we're saying she's ugly, and this is woke. How? I just don't know if people know what the word woke means, and we're just overused it so much to a point where it just doesn't make any sense anymore. Because, again, if you played The Witcher 3, that game's whole main point, the whole first half of the story, okay, was finding Ciri. That you had to find Ciri, because she was running from the Wild Hunt. Because of her powers, you know, because she was a child of the Elder Blood, okay? And in these flashbacks, we get to play as Ciri. We get to see her powers. We get to see her training as a Witcher pay off in her younger years. In the first 5 minutes of the game, you play it in Geralt's nightmare. and you get to see Ciri training at Kaer Morhen, going through the regiments, and not just training with a sword, but training her mind as well. That was the whole, literally first 5 minutes of the game. I'm not even kidding you. Like, you get to interact with Ciri and learn more of her backstory. Okay, and there might be spoilers coming up ahead for The Witcher 3 if you haven't played it yet. My bad. So, Witcher 3, and then you go through the game. You have to find Ciri, because again, it's like a time skip. You don't know where she's been. You know the Wild Hunt's coming after her. Geralt's been hired to find her. Okay, Geralt goes, he finds her. And now the whole thing is now, he's like, I'm not going to bring you back to the guy who hired me. I want to protect you from the Wild Hunt. So now the second half of this game is preparing for the Wild Hunt. How are you going to beat the Wild Hunt? How are we going to defeat them? Okay, and again, Ciri holds her own. She proves herself as basically a Witcher, because we go through these backstory stories of how we got to this point, of how went up until Geralt met with Ciri, how she got there. You could see her slaying werewolves, doing Witcher things, okay? And then we get to this point where they reunite. Geralt and Ciri have a heartfelt moment, kind of like a father-daughter relationship they got going on. He's been mentoring her. He's taught her since she was young, you know. Anyways, we get through the game. We beat the Wild Hunt, okay? Everyone's celebrating, cheering. What's going to happen with Ciri next? So one of the final things you do as Geralt is you get a sword made. You name the sword. I name mine Zirel. You give it to Ciri. Depending on the ending you get, there's like a bunch of different endings you can get in this game for different characters, different side characters for Geralt. So you can get an ending for Ciri where she doesn't go to be like royalty. She becomes a Witcher. She becomes a monster hunter. And you give her this sword. And I think that's in the core game. The core game, you give her a sword and she becomes a monster hunter. Then, in Blood and Wine, is Geralt's send-off. He retires in a vineyard, pretty much, with Yen or Triss, whoever, or even Ciri comes to visit him. But Geralt retires as a Witcher, pretty much, in all sense of the form. That's what the ending of Blood and Wine was. I did not expect for one single moment for Geralt to come back after Witcher 3. Every time I thought about it, maybe you make your own Witcher for Witcher 4, but the 99% of the times I'm thinking we're playing as Ciri. It is the only logical choice to play as Ciri. Or maybe they do a prequel thing and you play as Geralt before all of this, you know? No. You play as Ciri. It makes the most logical sense. And this is what I'm saying. I don't know why people are so blind to, it's like you either just miss the ending, and don't give me that whole, it's not canon to the books, it's not, never once did CD Projekt Red state this is canon to The Witcher. They said it's inspired by the books, but they kind of have their own take on the Witcher world. This is not pulled directly word for word from the book. And then you have, she didn't go through the Witcher trials, she didn't do, no, bro. She didn't need to undergo the mutations. They covered this. They cover this because she's a child of the Elder Blood. Again, she trained as a Witcher. Like, she didn't need to go through the mutations. Like, and then maybe she did. Maybe she did in Witcher 4. Maybe they show us she did. Okay, but it's the logical 1-2 step that how we get there. You know, we get from Geralt retiring, him training Ciri, literally her entire life to get to this point. And the biggest complaint people have is she's not attractive looking as she did in The Witcher 3. You mean maybe when she was like 5-6 years younger? And again, it's a cinematic trailer. Like, why is this the first thing people are thinking when you want to play a game? Like, do you want to be attracted to the main characters all the time? Like, what is this? Like this line of thinking doesn't make sense. And you have me. It's probably I fell for rage bait, but I've been seeing this discussion going on with Aloy, with Ellie, with the new intergalactic game get announced, you know, with a bunch of the different women-led games that they're not attractive enough. Like, do you want to goon to these games all the time, like Stellar Blade? Like, and Stellar Blade was a good game too, don't get me wrong, but like do you need ass jiggle physics? Do you need like titties on your screen 24/7? I don't get it. I really don't get it. And again, we haven't even seen Ciri's character model in the game. We haven't even seen that. But people are just out here bitching about she doesn't look good. Yeah, she's a monster hunter. She's a grizzled monster hunter that's been through some shit in her life. I don't think she's putting on makeup before she goes on every quest. Like, sorry, not sorry. Like, she just fought a spider. Spider like 3 times her height and weight, probably. But the main thing we're taking from this trailer is that I really can't be asked. Truly, I really can't be asked. But that's what I'm saying. Witcher 4 is not woke. GTA 6, that's a different video. Okay, like I'm not saying that's woke either, but again, people are overusing this word woke, and it's getting so tiring. It is getting so tiring. Like it's every time you see a girl in a video game, woke. You see a person of color in a game, woke. Like it's just like, why can't we just watch trailers anymore? I miss the time of when E3 came out and these incredible games were getting shown off, and people were just cheering and going crazy and talking about the game. The game, not I'm not attracted to this girl. Like it's just weird behavior. It's just so weird. Like I remember when like the Last of Us 2 trailer first dropped and we heard Ellie singing and Joel came in the trailer, like came into the house. People screamed when they heard Joel's voice. People screamed when they saw Ellie. I did not see around the fact, oh, like Ellie looks ugly. Like, no, we talked about the game, what the story could be, what's happening in this, before it all went downhill. But and Joel got a golf club to the face, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't think it ever will. Like, people got to get a grip. At the end of the day, you guys got to get a grip. You guys got to get a grip, and you're exposing yourself for never playing the Witcher games, because The Witcher 3 was literally all about Ciri. It was all about Ciri. It was all about her and getting away from the Wild Hunt, and then what are we doing after that? What happens to Geralt after that? Geralt settled down with Yen or Triss, and then what happens to Ciri now? Bro, come on. Honestly, I get it. I want to play as Geralt too sometimes. I'm gonna miss Geralt, but he's gonna be in the game. We heard his voice at the end. It's just life. It's literally just life. You want to play as Geralt, play Witcher 1, 2, or 3. It's really not that hard. Like, honestly. And they built up these games. It's just like, you got to be playing the games with your eyes closed. I don't know. I don't want to go in circles anymore. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for The Witcher 4. I'm so hyped for this game. This game is gonna blow everything out of the water if they do it correctly. And getting to the game itself, just doing it correctly. Take your time. Make sure you Q&A test it. Use the right engines. Don't have a cyberpunk type launch. I trust CD Projekt Red more than any other video game studio out there right now. Look how they bounced back from cyberpunk. And I know Witcher 3 had a shaky launch too as well. So just again, take your time. You don't have to rush out an announcement or a release date announcement. I'm expecting this game to come out 3 or 4 years from now, like 3 at the minimum. So yeah, that's what I gotta take on that. It's not woke. This game is not woke. There's literally nothing. And it just goes to show you that you just haven't played the games. You just haven't played the games, and I don't want to hear all these excuses people are making. This is the natural trajectory of what was going to happen, what was always going to happen. Unless Geralt comes back for one more run, but he's just tired and he doesn't want to be a Witcher. I think they did Geralt justice, and it'll be interesting to see what they do as Ciri. Literally, as a gamer, I'm excited for the gameplay with Ciri and how they're gonna tie this all in, and how they're gonna say that was the canon ending, because there are so many endings to that game. Anyways, so that's all I gotta say about it. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please like if you liked the video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Honestly, I'm here to hear you guys' opinions. I just don't want to hear baseless opinions that she just doesn't look good, therefore the game will not be good. That doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys on the next video.